Hello everyone and welcome to Blogger and Everything, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another video where we're going to be looking at the latest in as far as transfer news updates go with FC Barcelona. Well, at least this is going to be the latest news as far as Tuesday night goes. Okay, so anything that happens beyond Tuesday night, like Wednesday morning, you're going to have to catch that on Friday. I will put the next upload on this channel talking about transfer updates. Anywho, we do have quite a few developments since our last time when we spoke about what's happening with Barcelona as far as their targets and the players who they're trying to bring in on transfers. In fact, we've seen a lot of progress being made on the deal for Vitor Roque, which is basically all but done. We're going to get into some details of that. And we're also going to talk about Gavi, who recently won the UEFA Nations League with Spain, but also has been registered now on his new contract for FC Barcelona. That new contract, which was deregistered by Tebas, is now finally been registered. And we'll also talk about some exits, because we did mention in the past that exits are a huge part of Barcelona's economic viability plan, and that those exits will need to happen before Barcelona can make any more signings. So we'll talk exits there, and we'll talk some updates regarding the likes of Clement, Lenglet, and Samuel Umtiti. Now, before I go any further in this video here, I should just put it out here that with transfer updates, I might not go into too much detail on what exactly we can expect from the players that we are going to be signing, but I will instead be doing separate videos where I address that. So you can check out one of the first ones I did over here, where we're talking about Mikhail Faye and what FC Barcelona can expect from him in general. And I think it was pretty good video. I think you enjoy it. I enjoyed making it, and I'm right now working on the one talking about Vitor Roque, and that one is going to be followed up, of course, by the one talking about Fabrizio Diaz, who is one of Barcelona's other targets, and of course the man who every Barcelona fan has wanted to see in Blaugrana, following some of his heroics towards the end of last season for Manchester City. Yeah, we'll talk about Ilkay Gundogan as well, and how he can fit into Barcelona, and what exactly he will bring should Barcelona sign him. So if any of that stuff sounds fun to you, sounds like it's something that you'd really like to see, then do hit subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notifications as well so you don't miss those uploads. Anywho, let's go straight ahead and talk about the first of our updates, which is regarding Vitor Roque. And it has been widely reported now that Barcelona have completely agreed the deal in terms of the price that they're going to pay to Atletico Para for Vitor Roque, and right now that is going to be at 35 million fixed with 10 million in variables. So that's how much Barcelona are going to pay for the 18-year-old Brazilian striker. And it's of course been reported for the longest time that he has been dying just to play for Barcelona, and that he has himself said that he's willing to wait until whenever Barcelona are ready to sign him. Like, this entire transfer window is prepared to wait for Barca. And it's also been reiterated from Barcelona's side that the plan is for Vitor Roque to be part of Barcelona's team this summer. That's something which Xavi has been adamant on, and that's something which looks like it's going to happen. So he's going to be Barcelona's backup number 9, like we've said all along. Barca don't actually have a backup number 9, which is pretty weird for a team, of Barcelona's caliber to not have an actual number 9 that can back up their rather prolific number 9 should he get injured. But anywho, Vitor Roque is going to be that guy, and the deal has been agreed. So now all we're waiting for, according to Fabrizio Romano, is taxes and that kind of stuff to be cleared. And I won't even go into why I find that a funny thing to be reporting. But anywho, moving on from Vitor Roque, we also had some more good news in this transfer window for Barcelona in as far as Gavi is concerned. So the news regarding Gavi is that his contract has been registered for next season, so expect him to very much be wearing that Barcelona number 6 shirt next season, because he has been registered. Okay, so he's no longer going to be number 30, and that just leaves the likes of, I think, Inigo Martinez, Alejandro Balde, and Marcos Alonso and Sergio Roberto in as far as people whose contracts have not yet been registered. And it's obviously known that Barcelona will be able to do this. Like we had said, once again, that economic viability plan was mostly about getting this kind of stuff done as well. So moving on from there, then we can sort of talk about Ilkay Gundogan for a bit. With Gundogan, of course, there's been, I would say, a bit of fluctuations in as far as moving between positive and not so positive as far as with regards to updates concerning him. Just on Monday, we did see an update that said that Barcelona expected to get Gundogan's response by the end of Tuesday. This is now the end of Tuesday. There's not been a response. It's actually one of the reasons why I delayed recording this video, because I was thinking there'd be a Gundogan response, which I could talk about. There hasn't been one, and it's still being expected that Barcelona will get a favorable response. Although, at the end of the day, it's all just, depending on Ilkay Gundogan, depending on what he decides to do, what he has chosen to do after, thinking about everything that his wife wants, after thinking about the offer that Manchester City are giving him, which is going to be a 1+1 option a year kind of deal, whereas Barcelona are ready to give him a 3-year deal straight up. So we'll see which of those two options Gundogan goes for. Of course, there's also another option in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, of course, linked with just about anybody who is a free agent this time around. So there's that option as well for Gundogan, but nobody really expects that he will take it because he still has quite a lot to offer, in as far as the level that he can play at. But, stranger things have happened. And for good measure, there's also Arsenal, who are monitoring his situation. That phrase which every club loves to use these days. They're watching him and they're ready to make an offer for him as well. Anywho, moving on from entrances, moving on from incomings, I don't know which is better. Moving on from transfers coming in to transfers going out. FC Barcelona do need, of course, to sell players in order to get their dealings done this summer. And one of the players who it's expected Barcelona will be able to sell is Clement Lenglet. So with Lenglet, of course, he's come back from his loan with Tottenham, and Tottenham are willing to take him on, but probably for a lower fee than what they had originally agreed to as part of that loan agreement. And Barcelona are fine with that, but they're hoping to maybe get something like 12 million, somewhere in that price range, for Clement Lenglet, who, remember, still has that behemoth of a contract up until 2026, thanks of course to that very, very wise man named Bartomeu. Yeah, it's another one of the favors that he did for FC Barcelona. So aside from Clement Lenglet, there is also, of course, Samuel Umtiti. Now, Umtiti, unlike Lenglet, did agree to a reduction in his wages prior to him leaving Barcelona for Lecce. In fact, it was a huge reason why he was able to leave Barcelona for Lecce, because he agreed to lower his wages, and Lecce felt that they could manage to pay him what he was demanding. And after that stint that he had there, it seems that he has garnered quite a bit of interest from teams in Turkey, in France, in Italy as well, and of course Saudi Arabia. Of course, Saudi Arabia is involved. If you're Muslim, definitely they're going to be in for you, I guess. But anywho, those are the options right now. And as far as clubs showing interest for Umtiti, though significantly, there hasn't been any offer made to Barcelona yet. And keep in mind, of course, that Umtiti is going into his final year, so I'm pretty sure Barcelona won't make it too difficult in as far as a price tag for him, and as far as shifting him on. But it's been reported that in shipping Clement Lenglet and Umtiti and a few other players like Alex Criado and Serginho Dest, Barcelona are hoping to be able to save or raise, depending which way you look at it, about 15 million euros, which will go a long way again to getting their dealings done this summer. So that, I think, is just about that in as far as the transfer updates are concerned. We're of course going to keep on hearing more news as as moves are being made, not only by Barcelona but by other teams who are interested in taking players off of Barcelona's hands. And aside from that, just I'd probably like to say welcome to you, Mikhail Fey. Welcome to FC Barcelona, and we wish you all the best. And it's been reported that Faye is going to be part of Barcelona's preseason team, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in action in Blaugrana. And aside from that, guys, I just want to say thank you once again for tuning in and have a great day. See you in the next episode, and until then, Forza Barca.